Yo, what's up, yo? This is Killer Priest, and I'm representing right now for Kofi Universe. That universe is the universe you should be in.
YouTube salute. So Compton rapper Problem says that TDE is a bigger label than Death Row. Excuse me. If you're new to my channel, thumbs up the video, hit that sub button, click that bell icon to be notified when I upload new content. Go live. Let's listen to this.
TDE, they got it. They're the helm. They're probably the biggest label ever in West Coast history. With the longest run.
Yeah, I mean with the longest run for sure.
No, they're the biggest ever.
No, for sure. I mean, yeah. I
know what you want.
It's just Death Row. It's just Death Row. It's like
Death Row had a 4-year run. That's crazy that you bit on the TDE thing. I want to ask you about that. Why do you think that it's not the biggest?
I just think of Death Row and like Tupac and Snoop. Because we talked about the most famous rapper ever. Okay, think about it. From the Chronic, which is quite possibly the most important album to ever come out of the West Coast, even though I think Doggy Style is personally. But I just think if you think of Dr. Dre, even though you only put one album out with Death Row, Snoop, 2 albums, and then Tupac was 2 albums. I just think those 3 are like... I think if you look at TDE now, like obviously you got fucking Kendrick, you got SZA, you got Q, you got fucking J-Rock, you got the whole... I don't disagree, but I just think if we're talking about like...
They're on their 20th year, bro.
Tupac, Snoop. If you like, you just said Tupac had a 7-year career, right?
No, you had a 7-year career.
Right, you were like, he had a 7-year career. Look what he did. To me, even though Death Row only had like that run, what they did in the run was like, it's just
because of the mess.
But also,
we're infatuated with the mess. I'm not here to tear down Death Row. Let's stop here. I'm saying we have to recognize that there is a company right now. Right now, like today, like we're going to today, that has 2 of the biggest artists in music.
For sure.
Like today, though.
From LA.
Like today, though.
And they all
this actual day.
100%.
And they've had them the whole time.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
So you got to give them that shit.
It's close.
No.
All right. So that was on the Bootleg Cab podcast. And that's their differences of who's the best label. I mean, I understand where he's coming from. They have been around for 20 years, but when they first came out, they wasn't making noise like that. Think about that. Kendrick, he didn't really start selling until what? To Pimp a Butterfly. Because when Good Kid, Mad City came out, yes, it was a big hit. And little by little, it went gold, and it went platinum, then it probably went double platinum. Correct me if I'm wrong. But To Pimp a Butterfly in 2015, that's when he really was taking the hell off. He had a lot of dope singles as far as like him winning maybe the Grammys as far as for some of his... No, because he actually lost against, right? Macklemore, he lost. I think he lost against Macklemore for Best Album of the Year or something like that. So SZA, yeah, she came around what? Early 2010s? Maybe like 2012, 2013, something like that. But if you look at the other artists, you got J-Rock, Ab-Soul, those artists, they dope as hell to me. Schoolboy Q, but they're not going platinum like that. They're not going double platinum like that. And that's not a knock on them. When you look at Death Row Records, think about it. Okay, the Chronic came out in 1992, right? That went triple platinum. Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style, that was probably one of the most anticipated debut albums of all time. That went 4 times platinum. All right. We had after that, you had the Above the Rim soundtrack. You had Deep Cover soundtrack around that time too. This is before Dog Pound even came out. 95 Dog Food. It went double platinum. They actually could have went more. They had more songs to drop, but Tupac was released from prison. And then he was working on his album that came out in 96, All Eyes on Me. That went 5 times platinum. Think about it. Tupac changed the landscape in rap. Like every time he was dropping a single, platinum. It was like 5, 6, 7 videos on MTV, Rap City, BET. He was all over. He dropped Machiavelli. You know, he had passed away in September 96, but Machiavelli came out. That went 5 times platinum. Like all these records were just hidden. You had The Dogfather, November 96. Even though it wasn't a a dope album, but it still was, it sold some records. Nate Dogg came out with an album. A lot of people sleep on that. The Christmas album. Dash came out with an album. Lady of Rage came out with an album. Gridlock soundtrack. There was a lot of things that people overlooked that what Death Row was doing within that 4 or 5, 6 years period. They were really making noise. They was really hitting on all cylinders. TDE does have longevity because if it's like it's really Kendrick was holding the label by himself. The other artists were actually helping out. I'm not gonna say they wasn't doing their part, but they wasn't dropping double, triple, quadruple platinum albums like that. Their impact wasn't that big as the albums that was coming out on Death Row. Like Death Row, anybody that came out on Death Row, besides Tupac, Snoop Dogg, Dre, he only dropped one album because he left and went to start up Aftermath Records. The Dog Pound, whoever that was coming out, everybody was always being anticipated to come out. Death Row had everything on lock. So to me, I feel from my era that Death Row has had more soldiers in their battalion. And I felt like Kendrick, he was probably like that hip hop, samurai that was just knocking it out. Like, when he dropped something, everybody was anticipating. With me, Absol, I was always anticipating his album. Schoolboy Q, J Rock, I love those type of albums too. But I knew they wasn't going to get the love how Kendrick got the love. SZA, she did her thing with the R&B, and nobody's knocking that. Then you have Reason and other artists, but they're not making the noise as you expected, and they're not supposed to. Not like trying to discredit them. That's how it is. But y'all, let me know what you think. Post your comments below. Hulk smash Black Panther the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. You want to support? Donate to the channel. I have Patreon. Patreon.com/KofiUniverse. Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, Streamlabs. Everything's in the description. Until next time, salute.